I'd like to ask everybody to close their eyes for the next 15 seconds. And imagine, if you will, what it would be like if you had no sight, if you were blind. The biggest fear of humans is not death, it's blindness. And you can open your eyes now. Yet, the biggest cause of blindness in North America is macular degeneration. It affects 15 million Americans, and there are another 50 million Americans at risk. Macular degeneration, simply put, is a loss of central vision. The patient can still see peripherally. They can see side to side, up and down, but they can't see straight ahead. So if I was looking at Clint, I'd be able to see his shoulders, I'd be able to see the people sitting around him, but I wouldn't see his head. People with macular degeneration cannot read. They cannot write. They cannot drive a car because they can't see a stoplight or a sign. Now, there are two forms of macular degeneration. There's dry and there's wet. I tell patients every day, there's no such thing as a good form of macular degeneration, but you would prefer to have the dry form because it progresses more slowly. Wet macular degeneration occurs when the back of the eye literally bleeds and small blood blisters fill the back of the eye. Now, this type of macular degeneration causes more rapid deterioration. Now, there are some limited treatments, but all of the treatments that we have today for macular degeneration are aimed at simply trying to stabilize vision, not to try to restore vision, not to try to give the patient vision back, or even to help them to see any of the things they're trying to do. And what the majority of very well-meaning eye doctors across the world are telling their patients with macular degeneration is this: I'm sorry, there's nothing else that can be done. And I'm here to tell you today that simply is not the truth. Now, when these very well-meaning eye doctors tell that patient that nothing more can be done, that might be true when it comes to conventional eyeglasses, standard surgeries, and medications that are typically used in eye care. But there are such a thing as low vision eyeglasses, which 99% of patients don't even know exists. And they can restore vision to the blind. This pair that I have on is called a bioptic telescope. And it's a customized pair of prescription glasses. It's not a one-size-fits-all. And we put the patient's standard eyeglass prescription in the bottom, and in the top we put miniature telescopes. These work just like a pair of binoculars. These glasses, as scary as it may seem, are legal for driving for the legally blind in 42 states. And people simply do not know about it. Now, we invented these glasses to help people drive again. But they're good for more than just driving. They're good for any distance activity. It could be going to a lecture, watching television, going to a ball game, or going to church and seeing the pastor. So there are multiple uses of these at any distance of 10 feet or further. My favorite story is Mr. Buck. Mr. Buck saw me on a television show about 2 years ago, lives in Wyoming. He's a rancher. He's a widower. He lives alone. And his vision had deteriorated to the point that he could no longer drive. He and his son flew from Wyoming to one of our clinics in North Carolina, and we fit Mr. Buck with the bioptic telescope, which are legal for passing the eye test in Wyoming. Mr. Buck got his driver's license. He's still working as a rancher. More importantly, he is still living independently. Now, we can do other things with telescopes. This is a pair of reading telescopes. Now, notice in this telescope, it's mounted in the bottom like a pair of binoculars instead of the top. So this would be used for writing, reading, working on the computer. It could be used for crafts, painting, sewing, doing word seeks. And so most of the patients who come in to see me want to be able to see at a far distance and a near distance. And we now have the technology to do this. Now, many of you are probably saying, well, those look like the same glasses that my dentist uses when I go in, or looks like the glasses that a surgeon would use. And we actually have the same company that makes surgeons' glasses and dentist loupes to make our low vision glasses. We've simply done some re-engineering, and we took something that was made for the medical and the dental field for low vision rehabilitation. 90% of patients who come to see us at one of our 3 clinics in North Carolina can be helped. And in most cases, we can double or even triple their vision. Yes, my goal as an eye physician is to make my patients see better. But more importantly, I want them to have a better quality of life, and I want them to remain independent. So if your doctor has told you or a family member that nothing else can be done, I'm telling you it's time for a second opinion. We'd love to welcome you to one of our clinics in North Carolina. The best way to reach us would be to go to www.lowvisionnc.com. That's lowvisionnc.com. We'd love to talk to you on the phone and see how we could help you. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.